Autumn is just around the corner, and we've got autumn-y things to do coming up in and around Springfield. We've got festivals, we've got international culture, we've got wild animals, we've got puppets and art and artists and music and musicians and all kinds of food and drink and a little bit of kung fu. I'm Walt the Realtor with Murray Associates right here in Springfield, Missouri, and these are the top 10 coolest things to do in and around Springfield for the month of September in the year of our Lord, 2026. Go Chiefs! We're starting off the month with the Missouri Philharmonic Orchestra September concert, which is a family-friendly and inexpensive way to get a little culture into your life. So let's see how many foreign words I can mispronounce. The program includes Strauss's Radetzky March, I think I got that one right, Elgar's Nimrod from the Enigma Variations, Sadie and Debussy's Gymnopédie? No idea. Number one. Lyadov's, maybe, The Enchanted Lake, and here's a tough one, Mussorgsky and Ravel's Pictures at an Exhibition. How'd I do? And here's something cool. They've got a raffle where one lucky person gets to conduct the Radetzky March. So if you've ever sat in an audience watching an orchestra and thought, I could do that, well, here's your chance to put your money where your baton is. Now, one thing I've always found interesting about these concerts is that they do two different performances. The first show is Wednesday the 23rd, and it's specifically for families and our friends and neighbors who can't sit still or quietly, that's pretty cool. The next show is Thursday the 24th, and that's for general audiences. Both shows are at the Barley House at Moontown Crossing, and tickets are a bargain. $10 for adults, $5 for students, and kids 12 and under are free. And you can get all the details at MissouriPhilharmonic.org. Our number 9 event is going to make some of you feel very old. Jim Henson's Fraggle Rock, Back to the Rock Live, is coming to the Ado Center in Nixa on Tuesday, September 29th. Yeah, the Fraggles are on tour. The live show features, get this, Gobo, Red, Moki, Wembley, and Boober, along with the Doozers and all the other characters brought to life with Muppets from the Jim Henson Creature Shop. The story follows the Fraggles on a quest to find the lost Celebration Stone, which apparently has the power to bring everyone together for the greatest party in Fraggle Rock history. So it's basically a nostalgia trip for parents and a brand new adventure for the kids. And if you grew up watching Fraggle Rock, you already know that hearing the theme song is going to transport you straight back to the 80s. Tickets are all $35, fees included, and you can get them at adocenter.net or check out fragglerocklive.com. For our number 8 event, we're going to switch gears from light-hearted puppet dance party to something a little heavier.
On this page, I write my last confession.
Springfield Little Theater is putting on Les Miserables at the historic Landers Theater, running from September 11th through the 27th. And if you don't know the story, basically everybody's miserable. That's not a spoiler, it's in the title. This is one of the biggest and most successful musicals ever written, following the lives of a bunch of French people right before the French Revolution breaks out, so it's kind of a darker time period, historically speaking. But within that background of a setting, the story really digs down deep into the individual lives and all the hardships they're dealing with, the injustice and the anger and the sacrifice, and of course, love and redemption. And bring some tissues. Not kidding. You're going to ugly cry. You're going to love it, but we're talking snot bubbles and everything. Tickets start at $35 for adults, but there's discounts for seniors, students, military, kids under 13, and groups of 10 or more, and you can get your tickets at springfieldlittletheater.org. Our number 7 event this month is the weirdest event on the list. The Fay Masquerade, A Night Beyond the Fall Veil, is happening Saturday, September 19th at the White Hart Renaissance Fairgrounds in Hartville, and I know it's technically not a part of the Springfield area, but we kind of claim it, so it's worth the trip. According to the organizers, the Fay courts gather beneath the autumn moon, and you get to choose whether you're aligned with the Seelie court or the unseelie court. I don't know what that means, but I do know that it's a legit masquerade, which means that there's a dress code. So if you've been looking for an excuse to dress up, wear a mask, wander around the woods at night pretending you're in a fantasy novel? Well, someone created this event just for you. Tickets are $50 and all the details are online at whitehartfair.com. At number 6, we're talking about food. And that shouldn't be a surprise if you know me at all, because sooner or later I'm going to eat my way through Springfield. On September 12th at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds, we have the Missouri Food Truck Fest coming up, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Dozens of food trucks serving exactly what you'd expect, plus a few surprises. Everything from burgers and barbecue to tacos, egg rolls, pizza, wings, gyros, fried fish, noodles, ice cream, and other treats, pretty much anything that you can think of. And there's also live music from Portal Party, Drew and Malachi Bean, Roxy and the Moon King, and Justin Larkin. There's no charge to get in other than buying food and drink. So, don't bring food or drinks with you because that would be weird, right? And don't bring your pets. Only honest to God, real trained service animals are allowed. And please don't get cute with that one. You know what they're talking about. The whole thing runs from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So you can get there for lunch, listen to some music, have a few drinks, hang out, stick around till dinner time, and eat again. So bring your appetite and maybe wear pants that have that elastic waistband. Might be a good idea. For more information, visit mofoodtruckfest.com.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Real quick before we get to the top 5, I know that you know that everyone with a video on YouTube says things like smash that like button. And, that's great if you do that stuff. I do appreciate it. But what I'd really like for you to do is to remember that I'm a realtor and to think of me the next time that a real estate question comes up. Of course, there's the normal stuff. You want to buy your first home, but you're not sure if you can pull that off. You're thinking about selling, but you're not sure if now's a good time. Maybe you're thinking about relocating to the Springfield area, or, maybe you have a more complicated issue like inheriting a house or moving into a retirement community or going through a divorce, or maybe you're at the risk of foreclosure and you could use a little guidance. Whether it's you or someone you know that has questions, it's literally my job to be able to answer those. And I've already answered some of those questions right here on my YouTube channel, so be sure to take a look. But either way, write down my number, put it in your phone, and when you need me, whether it's now or a year from now, shoot me a text. Thanks. Next up, we've got maybe the most honestly named event ever, Bad Art by Good People. Here's the deal. The Springfield Regional Arts Council put together local community leaders with local artists to work together all summer long, and now they've got an exhibition coming up to show off what those community leaders have come up with. The whole point is to demonstrate that you don't have to be a professional to make something creative. And it's a cool concept because, it's saying that you don't have to be good at something or know what you're doing to get into it. You just have to be willing to put yourself out there. The exhibition is September 4th at the Creamery Arts Center, and there's no charge for admission. Visit springfieldarts.org for more information. At number 4, we have one of my personal favorites. On Saturday, September 26th at the Ozarks Empire Fairgrounds E-Plex building, we have Ozarks Bacon Fest. This is a 21 and over event celebrating bacon, bourbon, and beer with bacon-infused foods, samples from local and regional producers, beer and spirits vendors, live music, and a bacon eating contest. Yeah. I'd enter that contest if I wasn't afraid of hurting myself. Last year's event, 2025, was its first year back after having been gone for 5 years, so hopefully we'll see enough of a turnout this year that we can get this back to being an annual tradition, because it's a lot of fun. The event runs from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., and remember, this is strictly 21 and over, so don't bring the kids unless you're okay leaving them in the car. Don't do that, by the way. Tickets are $35 in advance or $40 at the door, and that includes all the samples you can eat or drink. Visit ozarkempirefair.com for all the details, and maybe bring a designated driver. Our next event is also booze related. It's Brew at the Zoo, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's at the Dickerson Park Zoo on Saturday, September 26th from 5 to 8 p.m. Now, don't get too excited. This one's also just for adults, 21 and over, and it's not a terribly complicated idea. Basically, you wander around the zoo looking at animals while drinking beer provided by local breweries. And after a few beverages, you begin to stop worrying that the primates are judging you. This is a fundraiser to support the Friends of the Zoo, which is worthwhile because zoos aren't just for entertainment and recreation. Their other purposes are tied to conservation and species survival, habitat preservation, research, public education. So you'll be supporting all of that. And also, there's beer. Admission includes a tasting mug, a lanyard, and food for the petting zoo and also for the giraffes, but you got to watch out for those giraffes because they get testy when you don't share your beer with them. Regular tickets are $50, but if you're a designated driver, your ticket will only be $25, and you'll get a food voucher, and you'll get free soft drinks all evening long. You can get your tickets at DickersonParkZoo.org. For our runner-up event this month, we're going international without actually leaving town. The 30th Annual Japanese Fall Festival is September 11th through the 13th at the Mizumoto Japanese Stroll Garden. This celebrates Springfield's sister city relationship with Izisaki, I think I pronounced that right, Japan, and they've got a pretty impressive lineup of cultural performances and activities. There'll be taiko drumming, Japanese music, martial arts demonstrations, performance art, traditional dance, tons of food and different types of vendors, traditional crafts, Japanese games, cosplay, and even Japanese candy making, which is a serious art. And Friday and Saturday night, there'll be a candlelight walk through the garden with hundreds of torches lighting the paths and wishing lanterns floating on the ponds. That'll be something to see. The festival starts Friday at 5 and continues through Sunday. Admission is $10 for adults on Friday and Sunday and $15 on Saturday. $4 for kids 12 and under, and if you come dressed up for cosplay Sunday, you get in at the kids' price. But if you happen to be a member of the Sister Cities Association, you get into this event for free, as well as all of the other events they sponsor throughout the year, and free admission to the Stroll Garden all the time. Visit peacethroughpeople.org for all the details. And finally, our event of the month for September is one of Springfield's classic fall events. Cider Days is happening September 19th and 20th on historic Walnut Street, just north of the university and just east of downtown. This is a 2-day fall festival featuring regional artists and craftsmen, live music and other performances, food vendors, and, of course, apple cider. Basically, Walnut Street is going to be taken over by people selling things you didn't know you needed, so bring a credit card. But even if you don't buy anything, it's nice to just wander around, look at the artwork, talk to the artists, grab a bite to eat, listen to some music, just enjoy being outdoors in the community. And in addition to the food trucks and the trailers, there's also plenty of restaurants nearby. Gilardi's is a nice Italian place right on Walnut. Ebbets Field is right there in the thick of things. And Ty Square is right around the corner. And it's walking distance to downtown where there's all kinds of places to eat. So come hang out, maybe make a new friend. If you're ready for cooler weather, fall colors, and handmade stuff, this is a pretty good way to ease into the season. And you can find all the details at itsalldowntown.com. Okay, y'all, that's it for this month. And it's a good month. It kind of covers all the bases, whether you're into culture, music, theater, festivals, kid stuff. Maybe you just like to eat. My personal list is pretty long this time. Of course, I'm going to go to Cider Days, but I'd also like to hit up the Japanese Fall Festival. I'd like to go to Bacon Fest. I'd like to see Les Mis. If I had grandkids, I'd take them to Fraggle Rock. And as big as September is, October is going to be even bigger, so keep an eye open for that video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what events this month you're interested in, and if you know of something coming up in October that's just got to be on the list next month, be sure to let me know. And of course, if you happen to see me out and about, be sure to say hi. And if buying or selling a home is somewhere on your radar, or maybe you're just trying to figure out whether now is the right time or not, scan that QR code to visit my website, walttherealtor.com, or call or text me at the phone number right there on your screen. I'm always happy to help. I'm Walt the Realtor with Murdy Associates right here in Springfield, Missouri, reminding you that if a puppet invites you to a party, you should totally go. Thanks for watching. See you next month. Have fun.
I love bacon, yes I do. It's the best breakfast food, oh, oh. I love bacon. You can keep your eggs, bacon, tofu bacon, all kinds of bacon gets my legs shaking. What?